See, students, uh, today's topic is variables in interfaces. Okay, variables in interfaces. So, so in the first class of that is last class, I have explained about interfaces. Its general form also I have shown you that interface is like a class, but it is not a class. So basically, what programs you people have seen that interface consists of a method inside it, which is only declared. That is abstract method. Apart from that, I have shown in the syntax also. That is general form. You can even also see that apart from the abstract method, it can have variables also. Okay, so that is what is variables in interfaces. Okay, so now what I have done is I have already copied the complete program, whatever you are going to see here. Okay, so and few things you will learn from here, from these programs that I will show you and I will explain you now. So you can see here from line number 2. Okay, there is an interface. What is the name of the interface? You can see over here shared constants. Okay, and apart from that, what the shared constants interface is consisting of, you can see there are variables, 5 variables, 6 variables are there over here. Okay, so this is one kind of a demonstration for interface which is consisting of variables also. Now what I'll do is I will execute the program first and then I will show you the output also. You'll please see the output and I will explain that program also, this program also. Okay, first compile this. This is compiled now and this is, please student observe this. Now what you can see is you can see the output as yes, no, yes, no. Again I'm executing. Now you see it is soon, 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 yes. Now again I will execute. No, 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 yes. So remember this thing. This particular output is because of one class which is imported over here. That is from line number 11. You can observe because of this line number 11 and because of this import statement. This import statement is importing the code of random class into this class question, that is at line number 11. From there, it is accessing here, you see. Next double, it is invoked. So it will generate some number. According to that, from here, the values will be returned. Okay, it will generate some random number. Due to that random number, okay, so, any number it can be. So according to that, any number, any output it can have. That is the reason behind this, different outputs. Okay, that I will show you all. Don't worry. I will clear the drawings. Okay. So now you all see here in this particular program, copied in the notepad, you can see from line number 2 to line number 9, that is an interface. And after that, from line number 10, you can see here, line number 10 till line number 25, this is a class question. Okay, so which is implementing the interface shared constants. Okay, so what do you mean by this? This particular class question will have these variables inside it. So where are the variables inside? You can see no, yes, later, soon, never. If this particular interface is having methods means, then here what it would have got the definition of the methods. Okay, I hope you all have got it. Now, then after this class question, you can see at line number 26, there is another class ask me implements shared constants. Okay, again this is implementing shared constants. So then over here again you should see again the variables. See, you can see here with the case values. Okay, sorry. Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine then. Now, see students, how the execution will be, you have to observe, please. This is very important. Okay, I'm going to explain that. If you if you are going to listen now, then you will understand the program. Afterwards, you will not understand. It's very difficult to understand. So please try to concentrate. Execution, as of you all might know, execution starts from the main class. So over here, the main class, there are two classes: question, ask me, and interface. Execution starts from this ask me. Why? Because this ask me has got the main method inside it, and you can see inside the main method you have got what should I say? Uh, you have got one object, right? I will show it here. If I scroll up, it is like this. So I will show here from the textbook. And what I'll do is I will scroll down this. Let's observe the output. So what's going to happen over here is you can see there is an object over here at line number 50. What is that object to class question? It is Q. So Q is an object to class question. Then now 51st line, 52nd line, 53, 53rd line. There are four method calls. Because of four method calls, four times the output is there. Four times like that. Okay. So I will explain for the first method call. The other method calls you can understand by yourselves. Okay, all of them are same thing. But I will explain with this one. Let us say this is a method call. So what is this going to do? This is going to do is what you can see answer of q dot ask. Okay. So where is answer method first of all? Actually, you see here in this class ask me, this is the complete code, line number 27 to 55. This is the complete code of which class? Class ask me only. Okay. So this one is answer of q dot ask. So this will call this method. But before it calls this method, you have to understand or you have to notice that this particular method call has got a parameter. Inside the parameter, there is again a method call. So what is this parameter having a method called q dot ask? So from line number in 51, what q dot ask will do is, first of all, you can observe q is an object to question. Okay, so q dot ask means it should go into class question. From there, it should call ask method. So now you all can observe here that in question class, it will go and it will invoke the ask method. As this code is above this, okay, again, what I did is instead of that one, I have kept aside that same above program over here so that you people can understand. So what this q.ask will do, it will go into question class. Inside it, it will go to ask method. That is this one. Okay, students. So this is done, students. Now the next thing is, uh, now we are into what we are into ask method. Okay, over here. Now you people see what is this ask method is having inside it. Inside it, there is a variable prob which has got something over here, the typecasting of a double value. This will return some double value which will be converted to int. Okay. So you see rand dot next double. Now what is rand? It is an object. It is an object to which class? Random class. So students, I hope you all are understanding. Means what this random dot next double will do is, like in your previous classes of mybox 1 dot volume, one few programs you have seen, no, of class concept. Mybox 1 dot volume means mybox 1 is an object of class box. So mybox 1 dot volume means it will go into class box and in that it will invoke volume method. Okay, similarly like that here, random dot next double, rand dot next double is like rand is one object like my box. So to whom it belongs to? It belongs to random class. So it will go into random class, and in that there will be one next double method. So it will invoke that method. So volume, as we know, volume will return some formula. It will return like the multiplication of width, height, depth. Similarly, next double has also got some code. What this it responsible is, it is responsible to give you some number. It will give something. Suddenly it will give something. Okay. That is why it is random. It is known as random. Okay, students. Now you all please observe what I'm trying to explain is, just take for example any number, this random dot next double is going to return. Let us say 55. Okay, let us say some number 55, some number. Okay, so now you all can understand. Let it be some number 0.55. So 100 into 0.55 is 55. So this is the number who is going to generate that. This is the method who is going to generate that number. So suppose it is 55 from here. So PROB equal to 55. Suppose it can be anything 55. So 55, it will calculate here. If condition is wrong, 55 less than 30 false. Then you see else if 55 less than 60, that is correct. So if that is correct, it will return whatever is there below it. It is having yes. So now from here, it will return yes. So students, see here, as I said just now, that is from here the call was made. Who.ask has called this one, no? Just now I said. So this return yes will be returning here in this parameter. So now this particular method answer will have the parameter as yes. So it is now answer of yes. So from here you see answer of yes means it will call this method, answer method, which is already available here. So but you see this is a parameter result which will retrieve the parameter as yes over here. So now you see what is that yes? Switch off yes. Now from here, which switch is going to match that parameter result value as yes with the matching case. So here that case is there. It will match this and it will print out. Okay. So you can observe here. The first one is yes. I hope you all have understood. Now what will happen after this? 52nd line, same thing it will do. Same thing. Okay. So what will happen is, suppose this random rand.next double, if it is going to generate some number which is like into 100 after multiplying with 100, suppose if it is 28, 25. So this if condition is false. So it is correct. 28 less than 30. So it will return no. So what will happen over here in 52nd line? This particular parameter will have no. So answer of no will be passed again here. Okay. So what is going to happen? Answer of no. So from here, that switch will have no, and that result is no. So it will match with this case and it will print out. I hope you all have understood. That is like, this is the output. Any random number it will generate. Okay, it need not be the same thing every time. So now you all can see here. See, it was yes for one time, no, yes, no. Then after that, what I did, I again executed the program. Okay, so now what happened? This rand.next double returned these values. So it is up to this method. It will generate some random number. Okay, according to this particular, because of this particular, the one where I'm rotating my mouse, next double method, because of this method, you are able to see different outputs randomly. Okay. Okay, students. But what is the point to remember? As you can see the heading over here. Okay, variables in interfaces. That is, this particular program has got interface over here from line number 2 to 9, which is consisting of variables in the interface. I hope you have understood this program also. Now, interfaces can be extended. This is the next topic. Okay. Just see here what is the name of the program. Uh, it is IF extend. Already copied. I will show you. It's very simple. No need of showing the output also. You can execute by yourself. What do you mean by extended? Interfaces can be extended. Like inheritance concept is there. A class is said to inherit another class means what is the meaning? Suppose B is inheriting A. Means in your program you will write class B extends A. Class B extends A means B is inheriting A. Similarly, interfaces can extend interfaces also. Like B is a subclass of superclass A. Similarly, if there is an interface B, it can be a sub interface of super interface A, like that. As you can see over here, it is an interface, no A. What it is having methods declared, abstract methods. Next line just below that, there is another interface B. Okay, and extends A means what? Interface B is inheriting A, means it is extending A. So that is now B will have all three methods. If you need not write, you need not write. But if, as the statement is mentioned over here, extends A. So B will have method 1, method 2 also, along with method 3. Then after this, you all can see here, uh, the class, my class is implementing B. Again, means implement B means it is implementing the interface B. So what is the meaning over here? The methods which were abstract in interface B, all their definition should be in my class because of implements B. So you can see this is defined here, another method defined here, another abstract method defined here. That's it, students. Okay. Okay, I have copied already the program of the textbook IF extend in my computer. Okay, I will show the execution also, students. It's very simple. First, I'll clear the screen. Okay. And see here. First, to compile the program, what is the notepad name? IF extend. IF extend. File name .java is compiled. Now run the program. That's it. Okay. Because of three method calls at line number 25, 26, 27 over here. Okay. And they are invoking, the object is invoking method 1, method 2, method 3. All the three methods are called. So due to that, you can see the definition is displayed. Okay, that's it, students. With this particular heading, interfaces can be extended. Okay, you have to write in your own words. Means one interface, if this kind of a question comes for you, or if they ask you a Viva question, what is interface? Can interfaces be extended? So answer is yes. How they can be extended is simple, like inheritance only. One interface can inherit another by use of the keyword extends, which is same as inheriting classes. Okay. So when a class implements an interface that inherits another interface, it must provide implementation of for all the methods required by the interface inheritance chain. Okay, like this. My class implements B. Okay, so all the methods should be defined over there. Not only the method 3 in my class, it should define method 1 and method 2 also. Why? Because interface B is extending A. So method 1, method 2 also definition should be provided as my class is implementing B. Because B is inheriting A. Okay, students, that's it with this. Then the last topic in this interface concept is default interface methods. Okay, it is also very simple, students. Don't get confused with this. I'll straight away say you in simple words. Default interface methods. Okay, under this there are two things: default interface methods again, and default method fundamentals. Okay, two programs also for you to understand. Okay, I will scroll up, don't worry. And let me open the program also. And I will show you the execution. So, okay, students, see just over here in this default interface methods. You can see if some of the fundamentals that see this is what this is an interface actually. What interface? And the name of the interface is myf. Okay, so what actually is default method interfaces? Till now, what you have learned, you have understood, I guess, that interface will have only a method declared. Okay, it will not define anything. Whereas default method interface is in that an additional or should I say an advancement is that apart from having abstract method, it can have some method which will have some definition by default. Okay, so like that it is. That is then advancement. So you can see over here it is mentioned. I'll just increase the fonts over here. Okay, as explained earlier, prior to JDK8, an interface could not define that is any implementation whatsoever. Okay, means it will have only the declaration. This means that for all previous versions of Java, the method specified an interface were abstract. That is what containing nobody. That is no definition. So this is the traditional form of interface. Okay, and is the type of interface that we have seen just now, till now. So the release of JDK8 has changed this. Okay, the new version Java development kit. What they did is they have added a new capability to interface called default method. What is the default method? Which will let you define a default interface for an interface method. Means, in other terms, a method can have its body. Like you can see, in other words, by use of default method, it is now possible for an interface method to provide a body rather than being an abstract. It is also another feature. Okay, if you want, you can have. Mostly they won't use default. You can have that also. So during its development, the default method was also referred to as an extension method also. Try to remember this word. So students here, these are the points you have to remember. If a question comes, what is, or if they ask you in the interview or in the Viva, so you have to mention what is default interface method means. You can explain this in your own words also. Okay. Okay, then you see this is an interface. What is the name of the interface? myif, that is. So what I did is I've copied that myif, that this is the interface you all can see. I will show you that. See, this is the interface. I've copied whatever is in the textbook. You can see here. What is that? It is having, let me provide the line numbers. See here. At line number 4, there is a method which is abstract. Okay. Apart from that, at line number 7, there is a default method. Okay, which has got some definition. What some definition? It is returning something. Okay, returning some string. So what I did is I copied this particular interface in separate file, and remember you have to save that interface. If you are writing your interface in some other file, remember they also should be saved with .java. Okay, then I will minimize this. Then I have got one class myif implementation, and after that I have got one we can see the default method demo. So I have copied this particular program. Here you see I will provide the line numbers also. It is not coming. Okay, I will move this side over here. So you can see here this particular class myif imp is from line number 2 to line number 9. Okay, and now in the textbook only you see default method demo is there. No, that program, what I did is I've copied here. You can see the textbook. Yeah, you can see this one. Just a minute, I will provide the pencil also over here. Let me have my pencil. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, see here this one. You can see this line at line number 24. This line at line number 28, and this one at line number 31. Okay, so till now whatever is there in the textbook I have shown you, this part and this part we will see till here. Then after this will be the next thing. Okay, let me clear all these drawings. So now I will execute the program. This one, what is the name of the class? Main method class, default method demo. So let's compile this program. Default demo, sorry, default method demo. It is compiled. Now run the program. It is done. See here, students, what is the thing you have to observe here? From line number 2, this is an object, okay, of myif in class, of this class, okay, of this class. And after this, just a second. Just a second. There is a correction over here. Yeah. Yeah, no need, no need. So see students here, this particular class, line number 3, what is going to happen? You see, this is an object to the above class. Okay, then after that, you can observe obj.getNumber. So obj is an object to myfim class. In that, it will invoke this method. So what is this method? It is the definition of getNumber is a definition which is given as an abstract method here in the interface. Okay, students, I have shown this also. You have observed, I guess. I have copied now in the notepad. Okay, here this one. At line number 4, it is defined and it is declared here, and its implementation is here at line number 6 because this class is implementing that interface. So that's why there should be the definition in myfm class. Now after this, so you can see the output also. I've shown you the output also. Okay, this is the output. Let's observe the output. Now after this, again in your notepad, that is at line number 28, obj.getNumber means it will call this now, and it will return 100. Where it will return? It will return 100, and this println as a parameter. So println will print as 100 over here. Then after that, next line it is going to print is this one. So obj.getString. Okay. So what is this? Is obj.getString is it is again a method call. To whom it is calling? It is calling to a method of the above class. Directly it will call. Okay, it will return here. Okay, it will return here. Okay, I hope you all have understood this. Okay, and it will return the output. See here. This is a different string. Sorry. Correction. Obj.getString, no? Obj.getString. So see here, obj.getString, you can observe here in this class, there is no obj.getString, but you can observe as this class myfm is implementing myf. So this particular getString will be checked whether it is a default method in this